My name is John Valentino. I'm the guitarist and composer. I've been with Mike Pedicin at least 7 years. We've been playing together, writing, recording.
John is a great composer and he writes a lot of music all the time. I love the styling of his guitar playing as well, and he's been a very supportive musician and human being for me over quite a number of years.
The very first album was an original album, Everything Starts Now. And I wrote that for him, I think about 7 years ago. And then after that, we did the ballad record, Search for Peace, which I wrote 2 ballads for Mike. Now this is the new live album that we're going to do. As far as the players concerned, it's a great group of guys. I met Bob years ago in Atlantic City. I knew Andy played with my wife, Elisa Lala, out of high school. Jim I met when he was working with Pat Martino, who I studied with when I was a kid, along with Dennis Sandoli, Joe Scro. I flew in from LA. Mike said he wanted me part of this record. In LA, I've been composing since 1984 independently. I've done a couple movies, TV shows. I do a lot of the music for Mattel's websites. I came into jazz in a very odd situation when I was hanging on the corner as a young 14-year-old. A bunch of 18-year-olds saw a Dobie Gillis episode, and Maynard G. Krebs was playing bongos with Monk that night, or he was jamming to Monk's records. So they went out and bought a whole bunch of Monk's records. And that was my introduction to Thelonious Monk, which led me to jazz, really. I was in love with Monk, and I went to go study with Phil Woods, who played with Monk. I got to see Monk in '75 at Avery Fisher Hall, which was a highlight of my musical career. Ever since I picked the guitar up, I can remember composing, so that's more natural to me than being a guitar player. I'm very conscious of dynamics and not trying to play the same thing to give the listener more space to listen to. So I don't want to play over the same kind of things that they just heard the saxophone play over, or rhythmic things, or the piano play over. When I'm playing with great piano players like Jim Riddle, I try to give him as much space as he can. I want him to feel free to go wherever he wants to harmonically. It's freedom, freedom of expression. You've asked me about rock and roll. Everything has an influence on me. If it's good music, it's good music. I like the Foo Fighters, Green Day, some of their stuff, Nirvana, some of their stuff. A lot of times I like to take those kind of tunes and do them in a jazz style. As far as the listeners. I want them really to be uplifted when they hear my music, spiritually uplifted and motivated to strive to do better things. When I'm playing, I compare it to listening to a record that I'm in, and how do I want to listen to it back, how I want to play harmonically. So I'm like listening to the record and playing at the record at the same time.